Yes, sir.
But man, we in the beginning stages of this Diddy trial, dog.
Bro, he's looking rough. Diddy is looking
Insane,
like
bro.
he aged 20 years just in them days alone.
Yeah, bro.
What's
When you
funny?
don't got access to that hair dye no
That's what
more,
I was
bro.
gonna say. One thing I noticed about these older celebrities, they don't always look how they look when they've been in the house and they're hiding from people. And then you see when they can't take care of themselves how they really look on a normal basis. And different people.
Nah, facts, and I feel like COVID was like a big thing for that too, because so many celebrities wasn't able to go to their barbers and stuff like that, and you saw a lot of people doing videos and stuff with gray hair that you're like, oh my god, like yeah, bro, yo, that's how gullible people are, bro. They just think these celebs are just literally aging better than us or something like that. Like no, they just people that got people around them to make them look as good as possible all the time, bro.
I seen Floyd Mayweather when he wasn't all cut up and tended in his. Yo, he looked like Roger Mayweather. I'm telling you right now.
He look like Unc.
He looked crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, bro, that's how it be. But and what Mayweather, what 50 something now already?
Yeah.
Like, of course he looks like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I started getting grays like in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? Like late 20s. Like, you know, like I had a friend that his whole hair was gray and like by like 25. Like, you think this dude is 50 just looking mad young? Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
ain't happening.
Yeah, facts. But yo,
The allegations.
the stuff that's coming out already,
I mean, they're not even allegations at this point, right? Now,
it's testimony, which is still it still has a chance to be false. You know what I'm saying? But, it's insane, bro. I'm always amazed at how people with so much money and so much to lose can't help themselves but be these kind of people, bro.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how sick in the head you got to be to just know you have everything at your disposal to have the best, most peaceful life of all time, and you just wake up and choose violence every day. Dog, I don't even want to like get into any of the accusations or allegations or what I think or anything like that. Let's scrap all that, bro.
Yeah, for real.
The thing that was the most hilarious to me of this whole Diddy thing, the headline of the week for me is Diddy allegedly once stopped a freak off to confront Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how egregious of a situation has to be, you know how egregious a situation has to be for you to stop your diabolicalness to say, I have to stop this other guy's diabolicalness?
Yo, and there was a gun involved too?
Bruh, like the situation attached to it and everything that's going on is definitely not funny at all, bro. I'm definitely not trying to like joke about it from that point of view. But it's just an insane headline, you know what I'm saying? When like that's the situation at hand. Like you got the two supervillains trying to point fingers at each other like, bro, y'all the last two guys that need to be out here saying anything, bro. Like y'all should just both stay in y'all back caves and just keep your sickness to yourself, bro.
Yeah, that was nuts. There's a lot of stories that are coming out that you hear stories about Hollywood and all these, you know, these deep down situations, these dark situations that go on. There's a bunch of dark side of Hollywood stuff, shows, and it's like shit really going on with people who we looked up to and admired, like in the music industry. And like I said, people we actually were huge fans of. I was like, damn, they was grimy the whole time, man. It sucks. Who's not anymore?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy, man, and it's something that we've even touched on back in the day on the podcast. Like, just moving around in music, like you see a lot of this stuff where it's like you see where you kind of turning a blind eye to people's, you know, whatever you deem is not cool.
Yeah,
like you looking the other way. That situation. Like you see like, oh, okay, there's definitely a path here where I can just, you know, act this way, and this could be a little easier for me. You know what I mean? And bro, it's just sad. Like even like to me, bro, it's even crazy. Like all these people involved in these stories, it's like that means that all y'all people was aware of this and y'all was just all cool with it and just like living your life. Everybody involved was just living their lives every day, being part of stuff like this, dog. Like that
And then
is
knowing, and then it's
insane,
think
bro.
about people who got their first invite, knows that stuff was going down, and they kept accepting invites after that, whether they were taking part of it or not. You're still going places knowing that stuff is going on in the background. Nah, chief.
Yeah, bro. And that's no, that's exactly what it is. It's like you got these things going on where it's like y'all know y'all some dags, but it's like everybody involved is just like giving it a pass. And then you got a whole bunch of people that are just waiting in line to be a part of that
Oh
crew.
yeah,
You
waiting
know what
for
I'm
the
saying?
invite.
Like as soon as you, I mean, even Cassie was kind of saying it that she was like being a part of the situations because she felt like if she wasn't a part of it, she was just so in love with him that he was just gonna look for somebody else to do it
Yeah,
with. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, like it's crazy, man. It's crazy, and it goes back to like even the basis of the podcast, bro. I always like to touch on this because it's like the root of it, bro. Is like staying grounded, bro. People be so thirsty to be Cassie and be Diddy that they part of all this stuff
yep.
because they want to be those people. But it's like if you was just cool with being you, you wouldn't be,
Hmm.
you wouldn't be up there dealing with this situation
You wouldn't
because
be on the list of people who gets invited to these freak offs and have
exactly,
to
bro.
cover your tracks and try to not tarnish your reputation this far down the line just because you want to be part of a crew.
Yeah,
Like I said,
bro.
this is not touching anybody who was there. It's just look. I was outside looking in, saying that
Exactly, exactly.
this is if I was in this situation, I don't care how much money I have. I know what my decisions would be.
And it even goes back to that old thing that we've talked about on the podcast also. That's just an old saying, like a funny old saying of like nothing good happens after 11 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like that's something that like older people used to say back in the day. But it's like it's basically just saying, hey, you already know when people are in a certain vibe and certain things are involved, it might not be the best situation to be in. So try to avoid those situations. But again, it goes back to what we was talking about. Some people just want to be a part of that crowd and part of those vibes so bad that it's like they don't care about, the things that's going to help them sleep at night at the end of the day,
Nah, nah, I think it sucks. Like as a kid, I get it, but these are grown ass adults. Now, as a grown adult that I am, whenever I still to this day meet people or realize some things about people that I found out were true, and I don't just associate with people like that. I distance myself from them. That's it. I make that decision. I don't make it a big deal. I don't say, hey, I can't bang with you no more. I just know personally I'm not going to make an effort to just be close to you or be around you all the time because we definitely don't relate on that level that I thought we related to.
Yeah, facts. And it's like, and it's exactly what you said. And I like that part of what you said, where it's like, you don't owe nobody an explanation or nothing, bro. It's just like, hey, if this is what I'm on and I'm just on it, that's it. Like, I don't got to announce it to nobody. I don't got to give you this long, we don't got to get closure. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that, bro. It's just, I'm doing what I do. What you on don't align with it. And that's what it is. There's nothing else. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing
I'm
attached.
trying to change anybody. I'm not trying to convince them what they're doing is wrong. I'm just not trying to be around it myself, and that's it.
Nah, facts. That's exactly what it is, bro. You can't like I was talking about that recently with somebody, like just about a certain situation. It's like, bro, you'll drive yourself crazy trying to quote unquote save somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, or thinking that you're gonna be the one to like get through somebody's head, like something that they haven't gotten in their years of life. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like,
real.
bro, just leave it alone, man. You can control you, and that's it. But yeah, man. Speaking of somebody that can't really control what's going on to him, we got. I mean, and this is not a funny thing either, man. But,
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're laughing right now.
all right, yo, the way I'm introing this is
Oh,
insane right
I
now.
see.
Dog.
What's he
I got
getting
it.
to here?
I got.
Oh, for real.
Hold on. I'm gonna swing into something else and then come back to it because I can't.
Yeah. This guy was like, where's he leading to with this?
No. All right, so yo, to put a button in the Diddy thing, hey yo,
Hey, yo.
the crazy thing is we're in the first week of this, and I think there's 8 weeks of this trial, bro. And the information that has come out is
It's already
insane,
crazy.
dog. Yo, that's another crazy thing, that you're just living your life and you're just having your personal life day to day. And then 10 years later, you're on a stand recounting it for the whole world, bro.
Yeah. And it's funny that there's some things I don't care about keeping up with, like this whole Kanye stuff that's been going on for the last few months.
Yeah,
I couldn't care less. If I see it, I swipe.
And it's too much, bro.
Yeah. But so last night, me and wifey on the couch, and we about to start our show, and I'm on my phone. She's like, you done? You know, because we always ask each other, you done on your phone so we can start the show?
Yeah.
I'm like, my bad, I'm reading this Diddy trial. She's like, me too. we're both like reading all that. I was like, oh, this stuff, I might just keep reading and see what's going on, just for my own benefit of knowing what's the hell's been going on with him.
Yo, and it's crazy because like it's so funny how like everybody, this is kind of like a Bill Cosby thing where it's like people have this admiration and this image for this dude, and now he's like destroying it for them. And you got people on both sides of the fence, you know what I mean? Like you got some people that's like, man, I hate how they doing Diddy this and that. Like, bro, this is like stuff that happened. Like, this is not them doing him, you know what I mean? Like, especially like even like the Cassie video is like, bro, like you seen the video, like there's no justification for that, you know?
Yeah. So when she makes claims like that, everybody's believing it because we've seen it firsthand.
Exactly. And then it's like people are so torn on how to feel because it's like, and that's why like people that aren't even usually interested in this kind of stuff, they're curious and they're tapping in because it's like, damn, that's Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like we grew up hearing him on all these records, seeing him, you know, making a band, like, you know, all this.
All my style and swag, I always try to be like Diddy. Now I'm like, damn, I was a dirtbag. Pay the price to be cool.
You see an old picture of you in a Sean John shirt. It's like you wearing a swastika or something.
Bro, I used to do the Diddy dances. I was like, I'm never doing those dances again in my life.
Yo, imagine that's like in the future. That's like you doing blackface or something. Like they find a picture of you wearing a Sean John sweatsuit, and they're like,
oh man,
found footage of Joe wearing Sean John t-shirt.
Doing all about the Benjamins on karaoke.
Yeah, facts. They seen you say take that one day and you're cooked.
I'm incriminating myself. I gotta stop.
But yeah, man, staying in the world of hip hop, we got Tory Lanez, dog. Dude got stabbed mad times in jail. It's insane, bro.
14 times.
Collapsed lung and everything. Yeah, 14. I didn't remember the exact number, so I just said mad times. But yeah, sat 14 times in jail by a dude doing life, so you know he don't give a fuck, bro. That's insane, bro.
Latinos, one of the Latinos.
Yeah, facts, man. I was gonna say shout out to the Latinos, but I don't think this is an appropriate time.
Chill.
But yeah, man. I believe his father said that he's doing all right, like recovering well.
Yeah, he was on a breath support thing. They took him off that now.
Imagine he got stabbed and they checked to see if he was drunk. Threw him on a breathalyzer. Like,
for real, you never know. This guy, I don't know. I wonder because he was like about to drop another album from this. He actually, I'm not gonna lie, he's been making hits. I've listened to some of them. He was actually making.
I heard that the music been fire, man. Like, but I don't know what it is about Tory Lanez, dog. It don't hit my ears the same way it hits other people. You know what I mean? Like, I be hearing and I be like. I think somebody, I forgot who exactly told me this, but I think they told me the fact that he's such a chameleon with his sound is probably why I don't like him, because he don't really have a sound. You know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of like, every time I hear him, he's on a different vibe. And it's like, it's cool that you're that versatile and that you can execute it at a high level. That's dope. But it ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, speaking of like, people championing people is like same thing that happens with Tory Lanez, bro. People are so behind him, bro. And it's like, it's insane because it's like, unless you actually think that he didn't do what he's accused of, like,
did you hear that today the new information dropped about the case? No,
I didn't hear that. What was the information?
The Kelsey girl that they was with, it was him, Megan, and Kelsey. Kelsey's bodyguard came out that he been overheard Kelsey say that she was the one that shot the gun at Megan. and he never said anything to protect her. And now with all this stuff going on, he's coming out and he's giving the information out. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's
Yeah, yeah.
today.
I mean, obviously, if it comes out that he wasn't guilty and he comes out, then he's vindicated, and the people that believe it are vindicated too. But it's like, man, it's just that weird celebrity culture of people like so behind and riding for him. It's like, bro, he's a dude in jail for a crime that he got convicted of, and I know people get convicted of crimes that they didn't do, but it's pretty incriminating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for you to be so invested in this dude in jail, it's just super weird to me, dog. It's like super, super odd.
That's why I couldn't listen too much of the music, because I was enjoying it too much. I was about like, yo, free Tory. Free Tory.
He was in the vortex.
I was like, turn it off. I can't listen to it anymore.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, man, it's a super unfortunate situation. And if he didn't do it, that'd be crazy, bro. Especially with how much of his prime he lost and how he was poised. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was on that trajectory of being one of them, like, breakthrough, you know, Dre, Weekend. As far as like artists from Toronto in that lane, he was following that path to be one of those worldwide type guys, man.
He had a multiple mixtape series, like at the Wayne level, that every single one of them, everybody was waiting for part 2, part 3 of the different ones. The Chicks tapes was classics. The very last one he dropped with all the artists as a mixtape, it was just, he was on the way up when that happened, for sure.
Yeah, man. And it's what was I gonna say? Like, it's just funny, like, seeing how it kind of shaped up for him. And it goes back to the Diddy thing. It's like, seeing how it shaped up for him with the way that situation went down is like, dang, bro, like, you really had a chance to like have the world, you know what I'm saying?
You got caught up in the light.
You got caught up in something that just, you know, went away that it shouldn't have, and now you go from that to getting stabbed by a Spanish dude 14 times, bro. Like, it's insane, bro.
The night before that situation, I guarantee you, he thought nobody could touch him. He thought this would never end, and he thought the rest of his life he was going to be the biggest star and everything. And in one night, everything changes. It's
crazy too, because it's like, it's also a thing of like, he's, like you were saying, he's working on music, dropping albums, trying to get out of jail. Like, it's also like a stark reminder, like, bro, you're in jail, you know that, right? Like,
exactly.
you're in jail for a high crime with other people that are in jail for high crimes too. Like, dog, that dude is doing life, bro, and he's seeing you over here singing. Like, he probably just like, dog, if you don't shut the fuck up, bro.
He's probably getting friendly treatment in there too, because how you got a studio in prison.
Facts. So it's like, bro, you still in jail, and everybody on the same accord.
You gotta relax, bro.
Like, bro, I'm trying to sleep. You over here belting.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
Yo, imagine that's what it was. He just heard Tory singing into the late night. You know what I mean? Like, he trying to sleep in his bunk, and this dude over here recording track 3.
Yo, for real. Trying to eat, bro.
I'm trying to eat. Yo, but nah, man, I'm glad that he's recovering well. You wouldn't be able to be lighthearted about it if it wasn't like a positive outcome. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully, you know, the situation works out best for all parties involved, man. But like I said, dog, it kind of just all kind of wraps up in one, where it's like, dog, you just got to be careful of the stuff you a part of, man. Sometimes being down with something ain't worth the headache. You know what I mean? It's pretty insane.
You're never untouchable, no matter how successful you are, how much money you got. The day will come when it all comes crashing down, man. That happens to anybody at any level in life. You don't have to be a rich millionaire, successful artist. You could be the person you are today, running through these streets, running through life thinking you're untouchable and everything just always going to work out for you. You'll lose it overnight.
Nah, facts. Yo, before we wrap up, I just wanted to throw out a random little thing that I brought up recently that we talked about a little before we started. Shout out to Ryan Coogler, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's a great director and all. I'm not here to talk about that right now. He has a great mustache, dog.
Oh yeah, for real.
Ryan Coogler's mustache, yo, no bullshit, bro. That's the only mustache I ever seen that I'm like, yo, that's a dope mustache. I would do my mustache like that.
Mhm.
Like, dog, the way he got the braids in the mustache, bro. Like, hey, yo, he's rocking,
Yeah.
dog.
And I'm not gonna lie. Remember, I saw you say that in the chat, and that's what motivated me to be like, "Yo, why don't you trim the whole beard down, let the
Bruh.
mustache
And I
rock for a
seen
little bit."
and I seen you trim the bottom, no homo.
Yeah,
And I was like, dang, bro, like maybe I'm gonna do that,
You know
trim
what
the
I'm
bottom
saying?
right here, see how I look with the pronounced mustache. And it also let me know I'm getting old, bro.
yeah, you
Because
never was.
when I was younger, I used to think a mustache was
Mm.
disgusting, bro. A mustache was the most egregious thing a man could do to himself. Like, besides wearing open toe sandals, having a bare mustache, no, not the bare mustache is second to the lonely soul patch.
Yeah.
If you got a lonely soul patch
Oh yeah.
where it's just, yo, you
Just a
just
soul
got the
patch.
soul patch,
For
oh
real.
my God, that's the dirt bag of
That
all
is,
time.
bro.
I don't respect you if you just got a soul patch.
Yeah.
Soul
You know,
patch yo, you remember the dude of the story I told from Subway?
yeah, that's just a soul patch.
Soul patch.
Wow. Now it all lines up.
Soul patch, bro.
Now it makes sense.
But yeah,
Wow.
the mustache was high on that list. But dog, as I've gotten older, and like I said, hey yo, seeing Ryan Coogler's mustache,
Yeah.
dog, I was like, nah, bro. I think I'm gonna next time I braid my hair, dog. I think I'm going stash
Oh,
only,
definitely.
bro.
It's funny you say that about the age because there's a picture of my parents. I thought it was there on my wall. My parents, my sister, and myself. I was probably like maybe 4 or 5, so this was probably like late '80s, maybe early '90s. Had to be late '80s. And my dad's there in his early 40s with long hair and a stash. I was like, look at old times. And now I'm here in my early 40s with long hair and a stash. I was like, bro, now I get it.
Crazy, right?
Now I get it.
Yo, it's
I reached
funny.
that time.
You really get to that point where, yo, that's honestly, I'm gonna say it more poetic so we can go out with this, man. If you're lucky enough in life, you will reach the age where a lonely mustache is cool, man.
Oh, yeah.
Facts. And with that, I say
Stay
stay
butter.
butter.